bracket might be over with in the first like hour of the start of the tournament. Cause I got a feeling a lot of teams gonna be on upset alert and within that first hour that they're not gonna come back from. And I'm not understanding why. I'm not understanding why certain teams is high ranked but losing to unranked teams this early. That's not supposed to be the case. You know? So I think college basketball is gonna be men's college basketball is gonna be pretty interesting next month. Next month will give us a more better idea of who's hot, who's not. You know, who's who's big, who's small. You know, I think next month is gonna give us a more clear look of that. Where when the women's college basketball, we already know. We already know it's not even a question. I can go to the most casual fans ever and ask them who you think is going to be like deep in the March Madness tournament. They're gonna say Stanford. You know, they're gonna say South Carolina. No, they're gonna say teams. They're gonna say UConn. They're gonna say teams like that because you know those teams are just consistently good. The players for those schools, they stay in college longer. You know, and the coaches in those schools, they are really good at recruiting other top players. Where I used to be able to say that about men's college basketball, and now it seems like it's all over the place when it's coming to men's college basketball. All over the place. Like, come on, I know Coach K's not there anymore, but the Duke Blue Devils is ranked 24 in the top 25 of the nation. Duke. Every year, you know, Duke's gonna be top 10. Every year. Duke, you know, Duke be top 10. North Carolina will be top 10. You know, like I said, Gonzaga. Even Houston might be like a low top 10, not number one. When last time the University of Houston was number one? What, 1983? That's something I definitely would like to research. When the last time Houston has finished the season number one? Because when I think of Houston, I think of Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. And if you don't recognize those two names I just said, probably because you're not old enough to know who they are, because you probably was born in the early 2000s or the late 90s. I just named you two guys who play in this college before I was born, and that played there in the early 1980s. If I'm wrong, again, my apologies. Don't mean to disrespect any teams that deserve some recognition. If I'm wrong, if I'm right, maybe this year could be their year. Unless next week they get upset again and they drop from first to third too. Are they the next top team in college basketball? Or are they just another Purdue waiting for next week? A little quick take, real quick. Sport, you know, a lot of sports going around right now. A little quick take. The Australian Open is doing their qualifying matches right now. Naomi Osaka, she pulled out of it. I was thinking, oh, why she pulled out of it? Because it seemed like a lot of people was pulling out of this Australian Open this year. Then a few days later, she announced that she's having her first child. So congratulations to Naomi Osaka on her first pregnancy. You know, congratulations. What she should have did was kept that quiet and try to pull the Serena. She could have pulled the Serena, but each his own. She, go ahead and sit down somewhere and then get prepared of being the great mom I know you could be. But man, it would have been nice if she would have tried to pull the Serena and play in that tournament pregnant. And she probably would have been less months pregnant than Serena was. I'll say that much. The Australian Open, they're trying to set up another Nadal Jokic. My bad. Djokovic. My bad. Been saying Jokic for the longest. Djokovic. They're trying to set up another Nadal Djokovic Australian Open finals. I could see that. They put them in complete separate parts of the places of the brackets. So that'd be cool. What I mean? They should do that. They should do that every tournament for the next at least 2 years. Let's do that every tournament for the next 2 years, because that's basically what everybody is watching tennis for, is to watch Djokovic and Nadal. So let's do that every year for at least the next 2 years. In year 3, then think about you stop and think about it and see if you can go a third year. But by then, Nadal injuries might take a toll of him. His body's already breaking down as it is. So that's the Australian Open. The Jets fired their offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur. I want to say his name right. I can never say that name right. But Matt LaFleur, I believe I said it right. Yeah, they got rid of him. And what's so crazy about that was the head coach of the Jets was praising him just last week, saying that he's comfortable with him and he's like just praising the dude. And then a week later he's fired. So it's like, oh man, that sounds very familiar to me. Because that's exactly what it felt like Jerry Jones was doing about Mike McCartney. They asked Jerry Jones, if Mike McCartney do not win Monday night's game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is that grounds for you to fire him? He sounded so disgusted. Oh, no, what? No. And then he goes on and says, I have other material to look at if I want to fire him. In other words, he loses his game, he gonna get fired. And then y'all gonna say I fired him because he lost to the Bucks. And I'm gonna say no, it's not because he lost to the Bucks. It's because the man took my Dallas Cowboys to 2 playoff appearances in three seasons. The man got no playoff wins coaching my Dallas Cowboys in 3 seasons. The man can't fix that Prescott turnover problem. And if he do lose to the Buccaneers, it'll be a back-to-back loss to teams the Cowboys should have destroyed. You lost to the Commanders, who's under 500. Then you lose to the Bucks, who was also under 500. Yes. If the Cowboys lose this game, Mike McCartney's getting fired. Hell yeah. I said that on Tuesday's episode. Like, if the man lose to the Bucks, you can't lose to the Commanders week 18, and then the very next week lose to the Bucks, and then try to clock in next season. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want a damn thing to do with you. Jerry Jones brought Mike McCartney here to win a Super Bowl because he was a Super Bowl champion. But Aaron Rodgers don't play for the Dallas Cowboys. You know? So and these Cowboys team had enough talent for Mike McCarthy to at least get them to a division game. At least. Like come on. But real talk, they need to go to the NFC Championship game. For Jerry Jones to even consider bringing Mike McCarthy back, they need to go to an NFC Championship game. That's a lot of pressure on Mike McCarthy. And it's funny. I said that word today. The word of the day, talking about football, pressure. So earlier today, I was thinking, I want to talk about football, but I don't want to keep saying the same things over and over and over because the games didn't start yet. So what should I talk about? I was thinking about this. It was going through my mind. How should I set up a football conversation for Wednesday's episode? And then I thought about it. So many people are feeling the pressure right now. Like the hirings is not done. I mean, the firings is not done. We just starting the teams that didn't make the playoffs. Those hot seats are still burning asses right now as we speak. Like, and not just head coaches. I said it. GMs getting let go. Assistant coaches again let go today. Just offensive coordinator got let go. Why? Because the Jets were the 29th ranked offense in the NFL. Honestly, them being so close to making the playoffs was because of their defense. Honestly, that's what it was. It was because of their defense. Everybody kept talking about the Cowboys defense, and then later on I realized the Niners defense is really, really good. I didn't really realize that first half of the season. It took a long time for me to look at the Niners defense and think, oh wow, people are right. They're actually pretty strong. My mind was on what's coming to defense. My mind was on the Cowboys, the Packers, and the Jets. So the Jets was so close to making the playoffs because of their defense, because their offense was ranked 29th out of 30 teams. Yeah, Matt LaFleur, you gotta go. You gotta go. And it's not going to end there. More people is gonna go. So, more people, including the people that's in this playoffs right now. The word of the game is pressure. Let's play a little game. Who's under the most pressure right now in these NFL playoffs? Ready to play the game? I'm ready to play a game. So I'm gonna name some people, and I'm gonna give my opinion of how much pressure they're actually going through, if they're going through pressure. You already know how I feel about Mike McCarthy, and it doesn't have to be a player. It could be a coach. It could be an owner. It could be a GM. Mike McCarthy's getting fired if they lose on Monday night. Mike McCarthy's getting fired. If they lose a division game, Mike McCarthy will be considered of being fired. But if they lose to the Bucs, they gone, man. There's no reason to even come pack your stuff, man. Like Jerry Jones will get his assistants, pack your stuff for you, and mail it to your home. So that leads to another person who's gonna be feeling the pressure if they lose on Monday. Dak Prescott. Especially if Dak Prescott is throwing two interceptions in that game, which I think he is. I didn't make Max Duggan, TCU quarterback. I didn't make the bold prediction. I thought about it. I said he's going to end up throwing two interceptions in that game, and he did. I wish I would have had it recorded on one of my episodes. That Prescott is going to throw two interceptions in this game, and I'll tell you why.